Good afternoon, dearly beloved. My name is Esther Gaskena Woluse. I'm here to testify of God's goodness in my life, how God has been faithful, what He has done in my life and the life of my children. And I want to encourage someone out there that God is always there for you no matter what comes your way, because He's ever faithful and ever loving God. May 2nd, 2014, there was a fire outbreak at our residence. God blessed our marriage with 3 boys. Around 7 p.m. on the 2nd of May, we were all affected by this fire incidents. The oldest had severe burns all over his body, while the other 2 also have various degrees of burns, including me and my husband, which landed us in UCH. The eldest was 8 years old then, the younger brother 5 going to 6, then the baby of the house was 2 years old, and we got to UCH. Our son, what he could mutter was, "Daddy, I want you to help me." And my husband said, "I cannot help you. That's only God." Unfortunately, he couldn't survive because the degree was so much. He was burnt. When I mean burnt, when you see your child got burnt. And it was my husband that carried him with the help of neighbors. We all got to UCH. And the doctor said, now we have to concentrate on the leaving us behind with different degrees of burns. He was buried on the 3rd because he couldn't cope. The other 2 boys, the other one had burns on his legs, his buttocks, stomach, his arm. The baby of the house had fire on the face. He inhaled smoke into his lungs. The chest, he had burns all over. His head was 3 times bigger. If you see them, you will not believe that they will survive. It was a miracle that my children are alive today, that they are hale and hearty. They can still walk with their 2 legs. They can function like other normal human beings. It wasn't an easy journey of 3 months at the University College Teaching Hospital in Ibadan, UCH. But the most beautiful aspect was that God sent helpers. God raised men for us because we had no dime. God sent help. We were only having 100 naira that day. Where these people came from, I do not know. Because every day, every minute, second, midnight, we were spending money because we have to buy. For those who have gone through bonds, you will know it's expensive to maintain. Along the line, the older one will have to go through a major skin graft surgery because the wounds were not healing, and to avoid further infections. So he had to go through major skin surgery. And the doctors then told us that it is 50-50 that my husband has to sign. And we believed God, and my husband said, I believe God who has given him to me will make him live, he will not die. Thank God it was a success. The other younger boy was also treated, inhaled smoke, and for 3 months we were there. The following month, June 19, my father passed on because he couldn't cope with the news of losing, his grandson. We were at the hospital. And I want to say that it was a very traumatic period for us as a family. But God in His mercy raised help for us. God stood by us. I remember at the emergency unit, as I sat down there looking blank, I just felt, let me take a nap. What I just saw is, as I closed my eyes, I saw 2 hands putting earpiece in my ears, and the song was played to me. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. God told me that in this situation, I am in there for you. And I remember then, the Lord gave me some words He has told me to share my experience for the world to see and to know. He said, let people know that there are people who walk upon the storms of the sea, those who pass through fire and are not consumed. Let people know that in tribulation, God still makes himself visible unto them. Let men know that those who stood as pillars do fail. The one who is rock never crumbles. That is Jesus Christ. He said, let people know that when the worst has happened, the worst is still coming, and in it, he makes you the best. And he said, every adversity is a university of diversity of testimonies. No matter what you go through, I want you to know that God is there with you. God gave us the story of Job in the Bible for generations yet unborn, to let them know that whatever that comes your way as a believer, it will be there with you. And the end will be glorious. I know what it is to lose a child. For everyone watching or listening to me, you might have lost a child, a wife, a husband, a son. I want you to know, open up to God's healing process. We are a miracle. That I still have my mental well-being till today is by the grace and